So now we're in the sales certification and we're talking about the questions to ask. So you finished the initial assessment and now you're going to start your session. And even though you're focused on their fitness goals, the little hour you have of this consultation, you need to be digging deep and getting a connection with this client um, as much as you can in this hour. So certain questions to ask are gonna be, you know, who's making this decision with you? That's very important when you come to the table. When you're talking about financials, you don't want a client to have an amazing experience and then now they're saying, hey, I have to talk to my husband or I have to talk to my wife. So you either want their husband or wife in the session or around for after the session, so when you're gonna close them, they have no excuse that they weren't able to talk to somebody. Also, another hack is when you're setting up this consultation or Zoom consultation, make sure that they're there together, because there is a way better success rate and close rate if you have both of them there at the same time and they both can see the value of what you're getting. Remember, what we're selling, it's not tangible. It's something you have to feel, it's something you have to see, and you don't even see the result till Lord knows months after. So you need to kind of eliminate every excuse they can kind of give to say they don't want to do this. Next, as you're working them out, as you're, critiquing form, you want to ask some questions like, why do you think 80% of trainers quit the training industry within 2 years? And that's going to be a very aha moment for them, because they're going to be like, damn, I didn't know it was such a high rate. You got to understand, as a trainer, we're pouring a lot of energy into people. And you explain this to them because you got to understand, this is not just about fitness. This is about people caring about people. So when you're pouring all this energy into somebody, they really are going to value your help because they know you're truly invested in their best interest. You're not there just for the money, just to kill them and give them 1,000 burpees. It's not how tired we get you, it's what we teach you. Besides telling them that this is a very emotional business where you're pouring energy into people, you can also talk about trainers get in the training industry for the wrong reason, because just because you look good, that doesn't mean you can coach somebody to a transformation. Another reason why trainers quit the training industry so fast, they get in this industry solely for money. And no matter how successful you get in this business, if you don't truly care about people, it is oozing. They'll see it right in your face. You can't even front it because you just won't be interested. You'll just be trying to get in, try to get out, and they'll know that you're not really here for them. You're here to make a quick buck. And those are some of the biggest reasons why trainers quit the training industry, besides not being able to give clients instant gratification. Everybody wants to get a result or a get fit quick scheme, but this is a process, and you need to be explaining to the client while they're training, while they're struggling, while they're in pain, while they're making these crazy faces. You need to explain to them that you didn't get out of shape in a day. You're not going to get in shape in a day either. This is a process. This is a very uncomfortable process at times, but the reason you're here, and you should commend them for you being there, for them like calling for professional help, is you're there for them and you're there to hold their hand through this process, and they don't have to do it alone. So other questions you can ask while you're in the session, right? You want to ask where they're from. You really want to get familiar of who they are and kind of why they are how they are, their personality, and kind of why they think how they think. Family is core. When you're talking about sales and just getting close to people, the most closest thing to people's heart, and at times will be a uncomfortable conversation, you want to think family, finances, and their kids. If you can kind of scratch the surface on their why and like why they're doing this will win the client. And this is not talking about money. This is just getting to know them, because fitness doesn't come first, people do. Once you tap into their emotions, everything will lead off of that. People don't buy off of logic, they buy off of emotion. So asking them about their family, asking how they got in their profession, just to get the small talk while they're working out, because most likely they're probably not very good in shape. So you want to talk about other things that make them feel comfortable of why they don't feel good doing this at all. Because if they called you, they're just starting their journey most likely, and this is not feeling good for them at all. So you want to get into, what profession they went into and hear their story. And you can also see from that question where their finances lay and where they kind of are. You want to harp on also, as Fitness at Your Door, we promote family fitness. So you get to have up to 2 or 4 people in the session depending on what type of training you actually get. So when talking about that, when you're trying to involve their kids, their wife or husband into it, it brings a certain type of unity. And now it doesn't become about money. It becomes about the livelihood and the health of your entire family. And it's easier to hold them more accountable and get a bigger commitment out of them because they know this is for the betterment of everybody. And you're most likely going to get better results when everybody's on the same page. Everybody's trying to be healthy. Everybody's trying to eat right. And these are just some key questions you can ask. Another key question to ask, what's stopping you from making a commitment to better you or your family's life? If, you're at the end of it and, they want to buy, but they're still kind of skeptical about what they want to do. And I think it's really big to hold somebody accountable. Go back to their why. Why did they decide to do this? Was this for their kids? Was this because they just felt sick and tired of being sick and tired of just not feeling like their regular self? Or they keep looking at pictures of what they used to look like when they were 21. You got to harp on the emotion. So it's very important for you have to go back to the reason they're doing it. Not because of the money, not because why you want them to do it. What are they really trying to get out of this? And put them on the hook and tell them like, hey, what's stopping you from committing today? Because most likely they're going to be honest with you. Because if they called you, they're ready to spend this money. If they called you, they're ready to make a commitment. Sometimes they just need that extra push to tell them the time is now. Don't wait for tomorrow what you could do today.